that the person we think is Zuckerberg is a sim. Well, the real one lives on a yacht staffed by 100 beautiful women where he plays Pokemon Go all day. This is the worst kind of person to make the overlord of a new universe. Even before the pandemic, nearly 3 in 10 American males between 18 and 30 weren't having almost triple what that number was 10 years earlier. The closest they come to talking to a girl is Alexa. But that's Mark's vision, that two friends can attend a concert together when in reality, I mean the old reality, both are really sitting at home. What great fun, especially for the band playing to an empty stadium. That's right, a concert where no one has to actually be at the concert. Or as Travis Scott said, now you tell me.
Bill Maher just unloaded on Mark Zuckerberg, and it's equal parts savage and eye-opening. Maher argues that social media isn't just entertaining young men, it's actively distorting how they see reality, selling fantasy as fulfillment. The punches land fast, the points sting hard, and the message is impossible to ignore. So smash that subscribe button, because this one goes deep.
Someone has to tell me why we keep allowing social media and our very lives as social creatures to be dictated by the most socially awkward person in history. Better to reflect Mark Zuckerberg's new master plan for what he has called an embodied internet, where instead of viewing content, you are in it. Because why spend hours typing on Facebook to argue with your brother-in-law about ivermectin when your avatar can yell at his avatar in person?
Maher kicks things off with a question that instantly grabs attention. How did Mark Zuckerberg, someone who often seems detached and socially uncomfortable, become the person shaping how billions interact online? It's not just about personality, it's about influence. Maher zeroes in on Meta's obsession with virtual reality, warning that it pushes society even further away from what's real. Social media already warps confidence, identity, and relationships. Now the solution, apparently, is to replace reality altogether with headsets and avatars. Instead of repairing the damage done, especially to young men searching for purpose, Meta's vision feels like a full-on escape hatch from the real world. Maher frames it as a massive social gamble, led by people who may not fully understand real human connection, yet want to redesign it for everyone.
As anything you do in real life can be done in this new metaverse. Playing cards, sitting in a park, getting a bad haircut. It's easy. You just put on goggles, gloves, and, I don't know, suction cups on your balls, and now you're in the magical land of the metaverse because everyone looks cool with shit strapped to their head. In the metaverse, you can tour the pyramids or have a sword fight with a duck. All without having to leave the comfort of your parents' basement.
Maher argues that the metaverse isn't just digital entertainment, it's an illusion factory. These artificial worlds offer instant confidence, status, and companionship, but without the struggle that actually builds character. Not long ago, men learned social skills by showing up, facing rejection, and taking risks in real life. Today, many young men freeze before even starting a conversation. Maher says that's no accident. Technology has removed friction, rejection, discomfort, effort, and replaced it with avatars and screens. The result? A generation caught between loneliness and fantasy, frustrated and unsure how to function in the real world. Instead of pushing growth, platforms like the metaverse make retreat effortless. And that's where real damage takes root.
Mark's vision, that two friends can attend a concert together when in reality, I mean the old reality, both are really sitting at home. What great fun, especially for the band playing to an empty stadium. That's right, a concert where no one has to actually be at the concert. Or as Travis Scott said, now you tell me.
Maher's message here is crystal clear. Nothing replaces real human connection. People can be messy, difficult, and disappointing, but that friction is essential. It's how empathy, confidence, and emotional strength are built. Algorithms can't teach resilience. Avatars can't replace intimacy. Yet Maher warns that Zuckerberg's digital future aims to erase discomfort entirely, offering instant gratification without effort. In that world, faces become profiles, relationships become simulations, and validation is automated. Maher says this isn't progress, it's large-scale escapism. And once real-world social skills fade, rebuilding them becomes incredibly difficult.
A little worried that if we get ourselves too far away from reality, we won't be able to find our way back. Phony used to be a bad thing, and keeping it real was good. That's why I named the show Real Time and not Avatar Time. We just went through a pandemic. The last thing I want is more virtual. And that's what the metaverse sounds like it's going to be, the pandemic year, except forever. You have to ask yourself, why does Mark Zuckerberg think living in a metaverse would be so much better? Because look at him, the dead eyes, the lack of recognizable human features, the painted-on hair. He's already an avatar.
Maher then raises a provocative thought, not as an accusation, but as a question. Could Zuckerberg's personal worldview be shaping the future he's building? Zuckerberg has never exactly appeared socially warm or deeply connected in public. Maher wonders if the metaverse is less about innovation and more about projection. In a digital world, interactions are controlled, awkward moments disappear, and rejection loses its sting. Maher doesn't claim certainty, but the implication lingers. When a small group of tech elites redesign reality through their own limitations, the consequences don't stay private, they ripple across society.
Sure that the person we think is Zuckerberg is a sim. Well, the real one lives on a yacht staffed by 100 beautiful women where he plays Pokemon Go all day. This is the worst kind of person to make the overlord of a new universe. Even before the pandemic, nearly 3 in 10 American males between 18 and 30 weren't having almost triple what that number was 10 years earlier. The closest they come to talking to a girl is Alexa. And
even if you don't fully agree with Maher, he's clearly tapping into something real. For someone who created the most invasive social platforms on the planet, Mark Zuckerberg remains strangely distant as a human being. Beyond his public image, very little is known about his personal life. Interviews are rare, tightly scripted, and focused almost entirely on technology and vision, not humanity. That absence fuels speculation. Maher isn't accusing Zuckerberg of malice, but of emotional distance. And if that's true, it raises a bigger question. Is Meta's version of reality shaped by control, detachment, and distance rather than connection?
spending so much time on screens has a lot to do with that. This is the phenomenon known as incels. Incels. Yeah, that's short for involuntarily celibate. And it's not harmless. It never is when any society, for whatever reason, creates men who are cut off from women. And it's not going well here with the incels. It has become a toxic subculture of angry, misogynistic digital eunuchs. And the metaverse is only going to make it meta worse, because it's a vicious cycle. The more time you spend in the virtual world, the more you at engaging in the real world.
Maher points out the obvious truth many don't want to admit. Screens are easier than people. No rejection. No awkward moments. No emotional risk. Just endless stimulation. But that convenience comes with serious consequences. Social skills decay. Loneliness grows. Isolation deepens, even as connection appears to increase. Add AI into the mix, and the problem accelerates. Artificial companionship and algorithmic validation replace effort and growth. Young men, especially, are paying the price, feeling lost, disconnected, and vulnerable. Maher warns that this group is increasingly exploited by bad actors who profit from frustration instead of fixing it. When tech replaces human connection, the fallout doesn't stay online, it spills into the real world.
The more you retreat into the virtual, which further atrophies your real social skills, including and most importantly, getting laid.
Maher's message to young men is brutally honest. No one is coming to save you. Change starts with personal responsibility. Yes, social decay and technology play a role, but victimhood alone leads nowhere. Waiting for society, politics, or the internet to fix your life is a dead end. Growth begins when individuals take ownership, through discipline, effort, and uncomfortable self-reflection. Confidence isn't given. Purpose isn't handed out. Relationships aren't downloaded. They're earned through action and persistence. Maher isn't being cruel, he's being real. Accountability isn't punishment. It's freedom. And in the end, Maher's clash with Zuckerberg isn't really about tech. It's about humanity. Technology should enhance real life, not replace it. For young men especially, the answer isn't retreating deeper into screens, it's stepping back into reality. Messy, uncomfortable, imperfect reality. That's where growth happens. That's where purpose is built. And no headset, avatar, or algorithm can ever replace that.
Rise from the couch, lose the cargo shorts, get a shirt with a collar, brush the crumbs off your beard, shave your beard, and talk to a girl. Earn it. Earn being heroic by taking that long, brave walk across a room to ask someone out. The vast majority of men don't have to fight wars anymore or hunt for food, and Lord knows there aren't any real Lokis or green goblins to fight. The one place you can step up and show courage is this: be a hero to women. Show yourself.